What is up, YouTube? I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. I am doing the same so far. But today, obviously, we're going to check out the title. You know, it's always a dead damn giveaway. We're going to figure out how to put a new nozzle inside of your blowback housing of your TM. And this will also apply to AWs, Wii's, and a lot of stuff, really. This is going to be the fundamental basics, but I'm going to show you how to do it in the TM. Super simple to do. You should never be afraid to get inside of your pistol. It is very easy. It can be confusing at first, but just toy with it sometimes. Most of the biggest thing is figuring out what parts work with other parts. That's your biggest thing, but the basics are usually always the same. Nonetheless, let's get in it. So we're going to do this with two tools, and I'm going to do it with an hex key, also known as an Allen key, and a flathead screwdriver. This one I actually got from Shot Zone, so shout out to Shot Zone. So we're going to do it with these two things. So the first thing you're going to need to do, if you have a mag in, you're going to need to remove your mag. Go ahead and remove it. Then we're going to take the slide, your entire upper off, and that can be done by sliding back, and you're going to have this little set right here. Now this is where it's going to catch. Mine will not catch because I have it short stroke. But this little notch right there, we're going to pull back to that point, and we're going to push that pin out. Once that pin is removed, put it to the side, do not lose it, and pull your upper off. Now this is all we're going to be working with inside here. So now we have our upper off. We need to remove the spring to be able to remove the outer barrel, to hop up and then get to here as well. But we're also going to need to loosen this screw on the sights, which this is a flathead for my situation. This is a Garner sight. And then we have a little Allen right back here for the back of the blowback housing. So the first thing we want to do is actually remove the spring. Pull it out. Don't let it shoot nowhere, so be careful when you pull it out. It's just hold on to it. Then we're going to pull our outer barrel and hop up out of the slide completely. Put it aside, we don't need it. And then we're going to actually be able to access our housing. So in this case, on mine, we're going to loosen the flathead up here on the top. I have mine super tight, so bear with me. So we're going to have that one loose. Put it to the side, do not lose it. Nothing hurts worse than losing a screw. Then we're going to remove this hex one in the back. Now when you remove this one, it's the only thing that's holding on to it. So when you remove it, so you don't lose your spring that's about to pop out, make sure you just kind of hold it down right here. So when this housing comes out, you don't lose your nozzle spring. Boom. Alright, now it's out of our slide. So now we have accessed our housing. And this is the spring we didn't want to lose. This is your nozzle return spring. So we're going to take that out. Unless you're going to replace it, go ahead and keep it. And then to get the actual nozzle out, we're just going to pull and kind of bend down so that this little notch fits back in here. And that's how we're going to reinstall it. It's just like that. Now I'm not replacing this nozzle, but you can also get enhanced blockers and valves to put inside of this. This is actually an aluminum blocker and house, and we'll do that in another video, how to install those. Super simple as well, but that's how we've removed it. So now just to do the basic same thing, we're going to do it in reverse. So we're going to take it, this little notch right here is going to fit in this side. So if you're looking from the top, it's going to be here. So we're going to take it, line it up, boom, slide it forward. Boom, that's simple. Make sure it's got some movement, that it's not jamming on your gasket right here, but it's actually got some free play there. Not too much free play. You might not have a very good air seal, because these can be changed, but that is another video that we will talk about. So once we have it at that point, we have our new nozzle in, or same nozzle. We're going to put our nozzle return spring back in here. Now you want to do the bunched up coil part. You see this right here on the end, it's more bunched up than here. You want to put that back here on this thing. You do not want to put it, you don't want to do it in between these two here. Boom, boom. Set it. We're going to take it and slide it right back up in our housing. Make sure you do not pinch your nozzle return spring. Keep it up in there and go and install either one of these first. It's your choice at that point. This is a little booger to get in there. And don't Hercules this thing and try to strip it. Just firm enough, just snug enough. But snug enough where you don't lose it, because remember, this is a moving, functioning mechanical part. So you want them tight enough where they're not going to rattle loose. If you got a good nozzle and a good spring and all that stuff, and you plan on keeping it in there a little while, maybe consider some Loctite, but just not a gang of it. Tighten that down. Now we're back in there. Now what you want to do is make sure that this has some free play. So you can grab by there, make sure it's returning. Pull it, release, pull it, release, pull it, release. Just like that. We have a little bit of wobble in it. So now we're going to install our parts back in. Remember this part, hop up's going to return in first. Slide her in, snug it up. Make sure she's good. Spring, best way to do it, compress it. Hold on tight because there is pressure behind that. Put your plug in, your rod in, sit it, and make sure your plug pops back in. Just make sure everything's snug there. Take our lower, slide it back on just enough. And you remember that part or that spot where we released it a minute ago? I'm going to push back to that point. It's kind of easy just to hold it like this. Take your slide pin, push in, set, release. Boom. That simple. Turn your mag. Do not if your mag is set, then make sure you hit your safety to have it on. So do not leave green gas in there if you don't plan on operating the pistol at any kind of basis. So keep your safety. So obviously that's just a super simple way to install it. Now, like I said, we did do the same exact nozzle, so there was no need in replacing anything along them lines, but the situation is still the same. So I'm gonna try to make a video for y'all soon. We're gonna talk a little bit on the blocker, the valve, and maybe your piston head inside the housing, in different housings you can have, and also the weight of these things. This is like a stock one, this is a stock one. They're very heavy compared to others. So, and not all of them fit others. So don't necessarily try to take one part out of one model and put it into another. It doesn't always work. Sizing and fits, just, you know, things like that don't work. But we're going to talk about that, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the hop up here soon. So be on the lookout. So if you're interested in these sort of things, we want to learn a little bit about your TM or whatnot, consider liking, subscribing, show me some love, and I'll catch you on the next video.